Just loading in. Right. 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 Still got to print our ceremony notes here. Stand by to stand by. That's annoying. Oh, my Atlanta. Just my okay. Right.
Well, I asked him how to pronounce, or I did, but somebody else was talking to him, so he didn't answer. So I hope I got that right. Yeah, I think he ended up.
Ace gestures, I believe.
Okay, that would make sense. Like,
Actually, Ace gestures doesn't exist. Never mind. Disregard me.
no, it doesn't exist.
Oh.
What?
Ace common. In Ace common, you have action point finger add shift tilde.
Yeah, we're deploying now.
Oh yeah.
You're the man, man.
I need to be in my stairs right here. You just keep moving down. Am I still my stairs? What's wrong? Nailed it. Down. I can't sit down. Alright.
Here's.
It's backwards.
Not that Major is standing there looking over us like a fucking god.
He's been known to do that from time to time.
It's like he's, it's like he's like,
Some have dubbed him a god, after all.
on that left. March.
Hello?
All of it, like first ceremony when we get deployed, people kind of run in here like in their ceremony gear, see everybody in combat gear and like turn around, go back to the back. Harry's wing operation. Yes, alright. Wait, alright, you can stop now and you can go back to your charging dock.
Hey, Edges. Be right back.
Three minutes, boys.
I'm back. Gonna have to put on my push to talk so I can talk to you.
Yeah, OCS.
Second.
Cruz, OCS Cruz. You guys have an arsenal just outside of your HQ as well, just for your info.
Yeah, Roger.
That's all the tree cab guys go over to the medical tent.
Okay.
Alright, 1 minute, gents.
1 minute.
That was a quick minute. Report.
First platoon is all present and accounted for. First sergeant.
Post. Alpha Company, all present and accounted for, Major.
Oh. Post. Alright. How we doing, ladies and gents? Welcome to May. May 2nd, so this ceremony came up on us very quickly. Usually, as a rule of thumb, you know, when the first Sunday lands on the 1st, we kind of push it a week. It kind of works for the paperwork side of things and as well as your time and services. So, for the month of April, I would say a very successful start and finish of April with the launch of Operation Silver Guardian. We've conducted 2 combat operations and a presence patrol in the month of April. Today we'll be conducting another combat mission within Africa here. Very busy April. For the introduction, new soldiers coming in. We have a fairly good list, which is outstanding. So we have fives, Severia, Red, Craven, Nils, Ku. I'm going to slaughter this one, but Okanama, Miracle, Pellerine, Phelps, Henderson, and Winters are brand new to the unit in the month of April here. And plus we also have a brand new soldier that enlisted yesterday, but they'll hit the end of May, June ceremony. So really, I mean, to bring in that many, we did have some retiree soldiers go out. Obviously, the standard discharges of AWOLs and commitment issues. But I would say at the end of April, we're better than where we were in the beginning. So, some other notes that command staff had. I mean, we had our command staff meeting here last weekend. I mean, if you haven't hit already the battalion summary notes and see kind of what is discussed, really it's just a recap of combat forces, as well as some changes that we'll be bringing down. Some of those changes are server mod verification is coming soon, so we'll have to have verified signatures. So there is a post on our forums asking our soldiers, what mods outside our mod pack would you like in there? The client side mods. A lot of those are like sound packs and things like that. So get over there and make sure that you submit what you use, so that we can make sure that it's on our signature list. If it's not, you will not be able to get in our servers starting here pretty shortly. Going with the verified signatures, it helps stabilize our servers, a lot less errors thrown around. There are some like personal arsenal mods that are definitely a no-go. So we just want to kind of make our servers a little bit more stable. Since switching over to AWS, we've done outstanding with server support performance and stability. And if we can narrow down and eliminate the errors that our servers are throwing because we have soldiers joining in with whatever or some restricted mod, we're going to be able to make it smoother. FPS will go up, and we all have a more enjoyable time when the shit hits the fan and we have 150 some enemies coming at us. So the other one that we have is Friday Night Fights is going again. We have a European time and we have a Northern American time. Head over to that part of the forum, sign up. It's every Friday. We are now in with Friday Night Fights, so we have to show up and have a good amount. It's a PvP event, so something that I love doing, being able to take on other actual players. So it kind of brings the adrenaline a little bit that once you're dead, you're dead for that round. It makes you really try harder and not just be Rambo like in a Call of Duty style gameplay. So it really brings the tactics and the ability to scrounge, I guess you can say, to light. But that's so far going very well. We've already had 6 sign-ups for Friday's event. I mean, back in the day, those that remember, we used to bring an entire platoon, 15, 20, 30 people to these TVT Friday Night Fights events. And, I mean, we'd be running an entire side, and then we get those stragglers. I'd love to get back there. It's a good challenge for soldiers that are upcoming leaders to be tested in a combat environment outside of a FTX or a fun event or something like that. Be able to throw somebody that is maybe a junior NCO into that platoon leader spot. You're leading this entire side. Let's see what you can do. It's a good opportunity to really see how we can do. Another thing that is happening in the month of May here, it's something that we talked about previous ceremony, but now it's finally getting into action as anniversary gifts start flowing into my place. I contacted everybody that was at least a year or more service with us in one tour so far, current tour meaning, and those anniversary gifts will be in the mail hopefully in the next week. Waiting on two other items, but those that serve at least a year or more, we start moving towards contacting you, getting your address, and mailing you kind of an anniversary gift. Those that don't know, it's going to be your 1 year, your 3 year, your 5 year, and then it goes up by 5s from there. So I think that's something very special. I know the soldiers that I've contacted about their addresses, they're very shocked that, hey, we're doing anniversary gifts. That's unheard of. Trust me, it's not like I'm giving everybody trips to Hawaii or a 5-day vacation or anything like that. It's nothing humongous, but it's a sentimental type of gift that you served in our unit. So we want to make sure that you understand that we appreciate the service, and hopefully keep you around longer so that you can see what that 3 year is, that 5 year is. I'm coming up on my 15 year this year, or this next month. So I bought myself a trip to Hawaii. So thank you, everybody. I'm joking. But we do have my anniversary coming up for 15 years. I see the First Sergeant wrote "damn old timer" on the sheet for me, so thanks, First Sergeant. And then we have Sergeant Skits at the end of May, going to be hitting his 1 year as well. So that's the anniversaries for the month of May. But yeah, without further ado, we can jump in and get after some promotions and awards. It's actually a large list. Mostly being from our combat operations. A lot of combat infantry badges, stages 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we have quite a bit of stuff to celebrate. So, without further ado, go ahead, get me Carrie and Iricola post. Alright, Buffets. Alright, these two soldiers kind of blew us away this last month of April. If I recall, half of what Kahiri donated came in last ceremony. He was trying to surprise me with it, but it's hard to surprise me, Corporal. We do have both these soldiers being awarded the Military Outstanding Volunteer Service Medal for donating in the calendar month of April, at least $50 or more. Both of these soldiers doubled that, if not almost quadrupled that. So we have Corporal here, Carrie, donated $400, 2 lump sums of $200. That is amazing for one. And then Iricola come in with another $100 donation in the month of April. $500 to bring into April is phenomenal. I mean, I couldn't be more pleased. Our unit fund is what keeps our unit going financially. It's what is putting us in a great place to be able to do unit anniversary gifts, as we are starting to see some surge, I guess, surplus in unit funds, which isn't a bad thing, right? But being able to put that money back into our troops, back into our website, and back into our servers, I mean, it just does phenomenal. And soldiers like this that donate way more than needed to qualify for a medal is highly appreciative, and thank you. So both of these soldiers are being awarded the Military Outstanding Volunteer Service Medal with V-Device, being that they donated $100 or more in the calendar month. So a big hooah. Alright, Bellface. Alright, thanks again, soldiers. Thought again. Hey, Strike, how you doing, bud? Alright, next up we have a good-sized list. We got myself, we got Greg, Kahiri, Iricola, Neeson, Garcia, Vandal, Baldwin, and Lee post. Oh, we're doing outstanding, as we always are. Alright, Bellface. Alright, you all fail. I didn't say Major says. Alright, I'm joking. You are all hereby being awarded the Good Conduct Medal. Those that are new to the unit, the Good Conduct Medal is awarded every 3 months for continuous good service, which means no AWOL lapses. You report in every Monday. Your active duty status remains active duty instead of AWOL. You TPR when you can't make it, right? But really, it's just getting down to doing what you signed up to do, what you volunteered to do, and you're doing it at a satisfactory level. So it's one that you can max out very quickly on your ribbon rank, and it makes it shiny. So a big congratulations, Hua.
Ooh.
Buffus. Fall back in. Strike, we have a reserves program now. Towards then just your, well, I think it's 40% attendance, so you make it 2 events a month. A Saturday or Sunday. Alright, next up I have Pellerine, Mullins, and Winters post. Alright, Buffface. Alright, these soldiers, all fairly new to the unit or returning to the unit, are hereby being recognized for service of their nation. So they're being awarded the National Defense Service Medal for serving within their nation's military. We have Pellerine within the Canadian Armed Forces. We just got back Mullins from Marine Boot Camp, so he just got done with his basic training OSET, but in the Marine Corps side of things. So, and he was gone for a while for an LOA to service, do his service there. And then we have Winters, which just joined us a couple days ago, and he's serving in the Latvia military, National Guard. So big congratulations. I mean, you do not have to serve in the U.S. military to be awarded this medal. We have ways of verifying through just other means, I guess you could say, for your nation's military, and just being able to sign that check to your nation, saying this is payable up to my life, is something very honorable, and we want to make sure that we recognize that to all our soldiers. So. Thank you for your service to your nations, and Hua, congratulations. Alright, Buffface. Hua, soldiers. Fall back in. And can somebody get Mullins some crayons now?
Oh, great. Fantastic.
Alright, next up, Pendergast and Walk Stain post. Alright, Buffface. Alright, these two soldiers are hereby being awarded the Army Commendation Medal. A pretty significant medal given to, outside of extreme leadership positions like your squad leader, platoon sergeant, stuff like that. The Army Commendation Medal is given for multiple different avenues, whether that is for valor, for remote, just in general for leadership or outstanding work effort. In this case, Pendergast here is being awarded the ACM for outstanding work within S2. Out of our Operation Silver Guardian, he's the mastermind behind it. He's the one that spends the countless hours not only researching about Africa and what is possible to make it realistic and more within our lines of realism, but then also the amount of work he's done to communicate that with the map makers and mission planning. So it's a big undertaking. From at the time, I think when we started talking to him, he was a PFC specialist, and being able to use his knowledge from his degree and be able to bring it out and help the unit. So big hoo to him for everything that he's done thus far. We're just stepping off in this operation in Africa, So I mean, I could be, you know, taking this back later if it goes awry, but I doubt we will, which is a joke. Walkstain, you're actually being awarded the Arcom with our device for remote actions during Mission Silver Shield. Candidate Stain took control over an automated device designated callsign Raven to request of callsign Punchline, which is our FO. While learning the limits and conditions of the drone that is not in the 3 cab equipment lineup, Cadet Stain was able to provide minute-by-minute intel reports and threat assessments. So really being able to call that in to our Punchline, get us info up in the air without, you know, danger to himself, which is why it's remote, because he's behind a terminal, basically. But being able to call those targets out for us, getting us now real live intel where technicals are, where enemies are, and where we need to really assess our forces to be able to neutralize the threat. Being able to have soldiers like this is critical to our success on the ground as infantrymen. And then obviously being able to ID and mark our targets so that we can either call in a close air support or utilize our weapons squad and eliminate it through mortars or anti-tank methods. So a big hoo to these 2 soldiers. Army Commendation Medal's a pretty amazing thing, so congratulations. Hua. Alright, Belface. Congrats, soldiers. Follow back again. Alright, next up, Ayers and Greg post. Alright, Belface. Alright, these 2 soldiers are hereby being awarded the Armed Forces Service Medal for service with of 6 months within their DMOS. So in this case, with Ayers in front of us, it's RRO. RRO is one that is an extremely important DMOS for us, right? We can't bring in people. I should say, if we can't bring in people, everything else kind of doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that we have a great CID, BMO, FIG, COE. Doesn't matter if we don't have new soldiers coming in to utilize those. So it's for 6 months service within RRO. Sergeant Grigg for BMO. And then I have one for retiree Abel as well for his work with 6 months within FIG before he posted his retirement. So a big congratulations, sir. Our Corporal Ayers. Buffets. Congrats. Follow back in. Alright, next up, Brock, Pendergast, Poltrick, Cruz, and Garcia post. Alright, Buffets. Alright, these 5, we have some new faces up here for this medal, but these soldiers really have the system down for voting on its clan lists. They're being awarded the Humanitarian Service Medal for hitting that 60 votes in the calendar month, or the 30-day rolling calendar. I know several of these soldiers have been up here 2, 3, and if you're Brock, I think I lost count. But a new face that was very proud is Cadet Cruz, and being able to finally hit it. I know he was very close last month and was denied, but then being able to actually hit that, I've been trying. Best I can do is maybe in the 40s, and it's a difficult task. It is a requirement though for lower enlisted to get out there and vote. So if you haven't already looked at what it requires for you to get to PVC or PFC specialists and so forth. You have to have an X amount of votes on clans list. It helps everybody. It helps the unit. It makes us very visible to those searching for units, which then helps and makes easier for recruitment, which is why it's one of those requirements. And it's so simple. It's on our forums. You just click a button, and then verify you're not a robot, and then go about your business. It doesn't take much. It really doesn't. So you help out a lot of people when you do it. And these soldiers, I mean, if you think about this. Are getting us 30, 35 votes easily. So just because they get out there and they vote twice daily, which is once on their PC and maybe once on their mobile. It's just 2 different devices daily. So big congratulations and thank you.
Cool.
All right, Belface. Thanks, gentlemen. Now each of you take one more person and help them. Alright, follow up. Alright, next up, if I can get King and Gardner post. Both not present, I assume. Alright, both these soldiers are hereby being promoted to the grade and rank of E3, Private First Class. I mean, they hit their time in service, and obviously they hit their vote count, so that's awesome. But getting your first promotion in the unit outside of a training environment like OSET, I mean, it's really, they're just starting their careers. I mean, we've all been there. You got your current PFCs and the specialists and higher. I mean, take these soldiers under your wings and show them how to continue to progress, instill that activity, instill that discipline, and hopefully they make it to the point you guys are. So, who to them? Lang post. Alright, not present as well. Ouch. This is actually something very surprising. Specialist Lang is being promoted to Corporal. For achieving fire team leader, and being able to, just get it done, right? He went through promotion boards, past promotion boards, and was able to hit that time in service, finally hit that slot that requires, I guess that has a promotable slot, like fire team leader. But for the first time, and I don't recall the last time, that long ago, we have not had any specialist E4 Mafia promotions this month. It's just the way timing lands. Some PFCs either got promoted mid month, and then just the time in service didn't work out. We may have had somebody that didn't vote. To be a specialist, you also have to be in a DMOS. That sometimes hampers and holds some soldiers up. As we got DMOSs that are recruiting like no other, like RRO, PAO, being able to get out there and do your part is big. So make sure that if you are a PFC looking for that specialist, that's most likely what hung you up, is that DMOS or that voting side of things. As really you also have the time and service, of course. But those are the things that hold people up. So look that over. If you're unsure, definitely contact your first line leader and find out the true reason. Could be activity, who knows? But keep after it. Let's see. Next up, if I can get Kahiri and Niels and Ink walk styles post. Alright, go ahead, cover down. There you go. Buffface? We'll tighten that up. Alright. These soldiers are hereby being awarded the Army Achievement Medal for their citations. I could definitely tell a certain squad leader wrote this one, as it's a small book. Thank you, Sergeant Grigg. Alright. Corporal Carey, for 2 things, is being awarded this medal. First, for keeping 1st Squad operational and active while facing great difficulties these past months. From an outsider's perspective, written from his new SL, Staff Sergeant Grigg. He has really gone above and beyond the duties of a team leader. Second, to my transition from an outside SL as making it as smooth as possible. He has been nothing but cooperative, helping me get a feel for the squad. He was quick to respond and give the new SL a really deep report on every member within the squad and their current status within the unit. He is on top of his normal TL duties, both in-game and out. He may come out of a bit rough sometimes, but his views are extremely patriotic as others, and he makes an excellent team leader, who I'm happy to be helping out with on this serious mission we've undertaken together of getting 1st Squad back to 100% operational status. So, a big hua. I mean, you have an extremely good team leader. Filling in, we kind of made the move to bring Sergeant Grigg over, which was actually his original squad. So he volunteered to get over there and rebuild it. We had we had an SL that was retiring, or technically going on LOA, I mean, but then also just the detriment of kind of a TPR here, LOAs, discharges. Our 1st Squad was not in great order at the beginning of April. And that's something that we made a move on, and within less than 30 days, turned it extremely around. We got some brand new soldiers, some very qualified, and in fact, 3 of them were up here receiving National Defense Service medals today. So I mean, it shows that how quick a squad can stabilize and push forward. So I look extremely forward to seeing what 1st Squad can do in our operations. We have both our walks here for their willingness to do whatever it took to maintain security during an initial operation, designated Mission Silver Shield. So both of them are being awarded the Army Achievement Medal for within Operation Silver Shield. While this was their first operational mission, they performed exceptionally well and stayed focused to accomplish a number of various tasks without another member needing to ask them to do so. Their attendance has been fairly good, and they are becoming essential members of the combat of our 3 cab. So being able to, ask, we do have a new commander over there with Cadet Cruz, and they've been either enlisted directly in or reassigned from our infantry side of things. I mean, they make sure that their stuff is taken care of. Their aircraft are ready. They are ready to go during that mission. It was a shit show for us all. If those that don't remember, that was our very first mission in this base. In fact, we were standing right here when a V-bid went off at the main gate, and then we took on, a small-sized unit, being like battalion-sized, enemy forces, and got our asses swacked a little bit. So, and these 2 being able to stand up to that first combat mission in our unit and be able to pull security, take on extra duties other than being able to be flight. Because simply put, we couldn't get an aircraft in the air to save our lives during that mission. They had us that well pinned in. So, a big hua to these 3. Congratulations, hua.
Ooh.
Oh, all right, Belface. All right, fall back in. All right, next up, go ahead, get me Pearson's, Bernardino, Earlywine, King, Keller, Gardner, Sylvia, Craven, Okanama. I'm gonna mess that up every year, every day, and Red Post. I'm just gonna private okay. All right, Belface. All right. So this large list, what do I got here? 10, just shy of 10 soldiers, hereby being awarded their first combat stage of the Combat Infantry Badge. So Operation Silver Guardian is their first combat operation within the 3rd ID. So usually, currently right now, all these are lower enlisted, looking at specialists, probably lower, being able to hit their first combat op. They joined us after Thin Ice, so after the new year, and being able to hit that first one. You know, our combat operations are special in a way to where there's a lot of different awards and badges and ribbons that open up while we're deployed. You know, a lot of our stateside medals are training environments. So really, if we fail, we fail, and we get tallied. That's about it. Versus if we fail out here, we die. I mean, there's no doubt about it, and it's mission critical. So big hood to these soldiers for sticking out their first combat op, and I hope to see you guys in your next stage, next operation. So, hua, congratulations. About face. All right, fall back in. Congrats. All right, next up, McMahon, Garcia, Pendergast, Neeson, and Iricola host. I feel like my personal bubble's invaded. There we go. Alright, about face. Alright. So these soldiers currently are hereby being awarded the Combat Medic Badge. Some of these are several stages. So in this case, to get the Combat Medic Badge, it's just as if they received the Combat Infantry Badge. But this is for their participation in combat, but not in a 11 Bravo, 11 Alpha role. So they are not infantry. They're 68 Whiskies being medics within their squad or platoon. In this case, McMahon, Garcia are hereby being awarded their Stage 1. For this is their first time in their combat role of a 68 Whiskey and engaging combat. We then have Stage 2 with Pendergast, Neeson, and Iricola. They have been serving as a combat medic prior in Operation Thin Ice, and now continue to hold that role, which is extremely important. So, big hua to these soldiers. If we didn't have these guys and gals, we'd all be just unconscious on the side of the road anyway. So, big hua to them for keeping us upright. Hua. All right, ball face. Alright. Bow face. Carry on, I mean. Fall back in. Hey, Smith, how you doing? Alright, next up, a little bigger list than the first combat stage. So we have Lambert, Brock, Skitz, Curie, Ayers, Liwa, Marsh, Lang, Holmes, Molly, Lee, and Scanar post. Alright, Buffus. Alright, these soldiers are hereby being awarded Stage 2 of their Combat Infantry badge. Having served in Operation Thin Ice in 2020, they are now hitting their second stage of combat operations with Operation Silver Guardian. So that adds a star to their combat infantry, makes them ready to rock and roll. I mean, these are technically your combat vets. I mean, they've seen it once, they can do it again. So they're your battle-hardened combat veterans here. So hitting that second stage. Congratulations, Hua.
What?
Alright, Buffus. Fall back in. Alright, next up, if I can get McMahon and B, post. B. There you go. Alright, bow face. Perfect. Alright. So both these soldiers are hereby being awarded the Joint Service Achievement Medal, the JSAM. So I'll read each of both of their citations here. So we have McMahon for her outstanding work in FIG as a cadre member. Since beginning her service as an RSO and now DI, the specialist has committed herself to her duties in OSET, in Combat Lifesaver, and 68 Whiskey courses and schools, maintaining a high presence in continually fostering the development of soldiers in our unit. She stands as an example of excellence, written by the NCUIC of FIG. And then we have Specialist B. Since she has been assigning herself any uniform requests that are openly available and continues to complete them within 5 hours of accepting the request. Specialist B completes uniform creation / updates without to little no errors, allowing us to move through various requests as they become available. Specialist B was one that has served in CID before retirement, was a returnee in the month of April, or in the month of, I guess that'd be March, and really hit the ground running. Being able to get her skills in CID again is phenomenal. So a big hua to both these ladies. Hua.
Whoa.
Congratulations. Bellface. Alright. Hua. Fall back in. Alright, next up, Poltrack, B, and Thomas, post. Specialist B.
Lee or B?
B.
Okay.
B, sorry. Buzz, there you go. Alright. Alright. About face. Alright. These three soldiers, Poltrack, B, and Thomas, are hereby being awarded the Combat Infantry Badge Stage 3. Oh, I think Poltrack's losing control. Oh! Medic! Luckily we got somebody up here. So they're being awarded the Combat Infantry Badge Stage 3. With that, we award several things under that. I guess with that, why don't Neeson make your way up here? I'll just do it all since we only have B up here now. So once you hit stage 3, multiple things are actually awarded to you. So with stage 3, not only have you participated in 3 combat operations, so prior to Thin Ice was Freedom Sentinel, which was in Afghanistan. Thin Ice was in Iraq, and now obviously we have Silver Guardian, which is in Africa. So throughout these 4 I should say, so Poltrack, B, Thomas, and Neeson are technically hitting that 3rd operational mission. The one thing that is technically why Neeson's not getting his stage 3 CIB is that he's getting his stage 2 combat medic, which he was already up here for. But with that, the next 2 items are awarded to all 4 with the 3rd ID combat patch. So officially achieving 3 combat operations, you get your 3rd ID actual patch under your American flag now. on your uniform or your OCPs, as well as on your breast pocket with your dress uniform. With that, you're also being awarded the Global War on Terrorism Service Medal for hitting those 3 combat operations as well. So that stage 3, there's a lot of bling that comes your way. So a big hooah to these 4 soldiers, and congratulations. I mean, that's quite an achievement. Not very many soldiers hit stage 3, and it could take a while. You're looking at least 3 years minimum to hit some of those stages. If you hit it luckily, we have some multiple tours that tend to get it. Like Mr. Thomas here, he's lower enlisted right now. He's coming back from another tour, so that happens. But then if you hit it under all 1 continuous service, that's amazing. So big hooah to these 4. Congratulations. Hooah.
Ooh.
All right, Buffface. Fall back in. Hooah. Alright, next up, Nichols, Cruz, Bodwin, Paxton, Stain, Inca, and Nils, post. Alright, Buffface. Alright, these soldiers are hereby being awarded the Combat Action badge. So, outside of being an infantryman, 11 Bravo, 11 Alpha, outside being a medic, 68 Whiskey, all that's left is what we call personnel other than grunt. So that's the Combat Action badge. So that's awarded to outside of non-infantry slots and medic slots. So in this case, most of all of flight, right? There are flight duty from commander through pilots. We have Nichols, which is currently on an LOA, but he's currently our RTO, which is not an 11 Bravo slot. And just being able to have soldiers like this support the infantry side of the unit is extremely needed. For soldiers to have success on the ground. So a big hooah and congratulations on your cab. Hooah.
Ooh.
Alright, Buffface. Alright, 3 cab, you got your cab. Perfect. Right, fall back in.
Oh, thank you, Major.
Next up, Pendergast, post. Alright, Buffface. Alright, Corporal Pendergast is hereby being awarded the Joint Service Commendation Medal for sustained high-quality instruction within FIG, volunteering to serve as an RSO soon after enlisting in the unit. Corporal Pendergast has since demonstrated exceptional dedication to the improvement of our trainees' administrative and combat capabilities, serving in numerous OSETs and other basic and advanced training courses. He is the pillar of excellence within FIG. I mean, we all talk about it, how important RRO was. If we did not have FIG, right? Well, everybody's staying at that private trainee level. But then also everything that's been thrown at our force improvement group over I'd say at least the last 12 months easily, with courses like our not only our quarterly ones like Airborne, Air Assault. We started new schools recently with like 68 Whiskey, our Combat Medic, Combat Lifesaver, our Land Nav, advanced schools like our Squad Designated Marksman. They have a hand in that. And just being able to execute all our courses and keep them straight and have our cadre there to do it. Having soldiers like Corporal Pendergast here that lead from the front, that take on challenges, and makes it happen. So a big hooah to him. Congratulations, hooah.
Ooh.
Alright, Buffface. Congrats, Corporal.
Thank you.
Fall back in. All right, next up, Ayers and Carey post. And welcome back, Sergeant Poltrack. I know you kind of fainted there a little bit when you were up here. Don't lock your knees. All right, Buffface. Is Ayers still here, or is he? Did he faint? Corporal Ayers? Ayers, that's you.
He is here, but the military police is inside his room or something.
Alright, so AFK. Well, bad timing. Well, these two soldiers are hereby being promoted to the grade and rank of E5 Sergeant. So, with that, I mean, they currently hold a fire team leader, in this case, squad leader and fire team leader, being able to, you know, hold a leadership role for a sustained period of time is no easy anything, right? It's not easy. Not only the dedication needed to be an NCO in this unit, they started that as a corporal, but being able to maintain that level of professionalism, and then obviously what the NCO Corps does for our unit, it is the backbone, right? Being able to have soldiers that maintain excellence in their combat and administrative side of the unit, but then also take care of their troops, take care of their soldiers assigned to their squad, to their fire team. It's very vital to have soldiers like these two. So a big hooah to them, and congratulations on it, Sergeant. Cool.
Ooh.
All right, Balfus. Well, thank you, Corporal, for not going, or Sergeant, for not going AFK. Fall back in.
Sir, I would like to point out it's not my fault that your friends decided to knock on my door in the middle of ceremony.
Oh.
I just sat back down.
Well, congrats on Sergeant.
Yeah, I got promoted.
Hey. All right. Next up, if I can get Staff Sergeant Grigg, which is not present, and Drake post. Buffus. Alright, so these two old timers are hereby being awarded the Combat Infantry Badge Stage 4. So this is the fourth and final stage of achieving a Combat Infantry Badge. So they're maxed out. They got that bling, and now every op here on out is, you know, worthless. No, I'm joking. But to hit 4, both of these soldiers are obviously senior leadership within our unit here. Not only do we have a top, but we have one of the senior squad leaders. Both have served more than one tour with us for an extended period of time, which is how they really got up to that, you know, stage 4, which is extremely difficult. But then being able to lead during that time frame, I mean, both of these are true leaders within our unit. Not only do we have the top of our NCO Corps with First Sergeant Drake, but then also the excellence that Staff Sergeant Grigg brings, and the selfishness both of these soldiers bring to our unit to take care of our troops and take care of everybody below them is second to none. So a big thank you and congratulations on achieving stage 4, you old bastards. Oh. Buffface.
Guess I'm not collecting dust yet, Major.
Fall back out. Get out of my face. Ugly mug. Alright. Now we got the really old timers coming up here. We got Tucci, Greg, and Shade post.
They like to take their time with their
They're walkers, yeah.
yeah, their crutches, because they're so old.
Alright, Buffface. Alright, so these three, as I said, the stage 4 is the last combat infantry badge. There is one more item I shouldn't say one. There is a little bit more as you continue to go on with like the Global War on Terrorism, Expeditionary Medal. But the Overseas Service Ribbon is awarded to soldiers who have served in 5 combat operations. So in this case, 5. At least 5 years of service, if not more, between multiple tours. I mean, that says for itself. As we joke around with the First Sergeant and Grig, those guys have nothing on these 3 for the service that they've done to our unit to hit the stage, well, not stage 5, but 5 combat operations, and being awarded the Overseas Service Ribbon. I mean, that's exactly what it means. They served a lot of time overseas, a lot of tours, a lot of different areas. Probably some of those within is Operation Swarmer, Red Leopard, boy, I can't even think of
Bonfire?
Bronze Fire. Yeah, that was
Red Star?
insane. Let's just say the amount of operations that these 3 have gone through. So a big hooah to them and congratulations.
Ugh.
All right, Buffus. Congrats. Fall back in. All right. Let me check. I think I got one more to go. Just a note that there was no Armed Forces Expeditionary Medals, which is for 12 months of service within with a deployment. In this case, just nobody from last month when we awarded anniversaries last month. All of those were prior already, I believe. I'll have my first sergeant double check that, but I'm pretty sure. Just so happens I have last month's ceremony notes here. Yep, the only one last month was Staff Sergeant Abel, who already had his anniversary of when we had our ceremony, so that's why. Well, then, without further ado, I will take a very special Sergeant Skanar post. Alright, Buffus. Alright, so the Sergeant here, if you haven't met him, he likes long walks on the beach. He does have a couple dating apps, so hit them up if you can find those. He's a staple, I'm gonna say, to S2 with everything that we do in our combat operations. You know, he's kind of really anchored into that dedicated Zeus slot for us. Role playing, making things difficult for us, let alone, you know, terrible for us all at the same time. And really the rounds that the Sergeant went through to finally get to where he's at as our company readiness NCO, from sitting in that first slot within our platoon or just a S2 clerk, and then going back into leading as a fire team leader, and then finally getting the slot he has now. He serves in a lot of positions within BMO, has led that for multiple times, and continues to be a fixture there, as well as in our Corps of Engineers. He does an outstanding job working under First Sergeant and with Specialist Liwa on our forms that we constantly keep throwing at them, our servers, and obviously mission making as well. So with that, I'm honored to be able to promote him and give him his rocker, and make him a staff sergeant as of today. So a big hooah to him. Hooah.
What?
About face. Alright, congrats, staff sergeant.
Thank you, Major.
Alright, fall back in. Now erase all those nice things I said about you
I figured, Major.
from your memory.
Find your own grinders, man.
Alright. So just flipping through, making sure I didn't miss anything. Alright, I think that's gonna make it a wrap. Shocked I kept that other an hour. Oh, you are right, Cruz. Hooah. Alright, all of them?
Yes, Major.
Alright, Will all the warrant officer candidates please report to the dance floor? I repeat, all warrant officer candidates please report to the dance floor.
Stay in line. Stay in line.
I'm always alive.
Exactly.
Excellent, cover down.
Alright, Bellface. Alright, with that, can I have a Cadet Cruz report to the dance floor? Alright, go ahead, stand in front of them. Because you're going to promote your soldiers.
Uh-oh.
Oh, loop. We call that their rope-a-dope. Alright, so, I'll tee it up for the cadet here. So these three soldiers have been, between Inca, Niels, and Stain, conducting their flight school over the past several months under the leadership of Cruz, Bodwin, and Exo Paxton. Not only were they, what's the word? Like, experimental soldiers, right? Because we had a new flight commander coming in and being able to understand how flight school goes. They made sure that, you know, they hit their flight time. They completed all phases of flight school, and I'll kind of hand it off to the cadet here to really promote them and then give them their flight wings.
Yes, sir. As you said, they've completed the required flight training, SEER school. They went through all the phases and learned all the aircraft. So on that, they're going to be promoted from one officer candidate to one officer 1, and they will be receiving their flight wings.
Oh. That's where everybody says hooah back.
Oh,
There you go. Obviously, to get more flight personnel, aviators, is humongous to us as infantrymen. Being able to now have dedicated pilots that you know are 100% qualified, that are going to get us there safely, get us there efficiently, bring in close air support, bring in supplies to us, bring in transport, as well as our drone operators as well, is extremely vital to our success on the ground. We may joke around a lot about, you know, our getting armored or crashes or anything like that, but it's all fun and games because at the end of the day, 3 cab, our walks here, our warrant officer 1s now, are what get it done, and they make sure that, you know, we have a very high success rate on the ground. So a big hooah to them. Congratulations, hooah.
Cool, guys.
Cool. Alright, Bellface. Alright. Fall back in. Congrats, warrant officer 1s. Top, remember to add that to our ceremony notes. I missed that.
what?
Other than that, that's all I have for our May ceremony. As I said, we are launching into a new operation mission today. That'll take place here in about 60 mics. But so Top will kind of give the quick briefing on leader's brief. Are we executing that today, Top, with the new breakdown of briefings?
I firm have been doing it last week as well.
Beautiful. So we have started a new way of briefing our troops. So we'll still have a leader's brief. Top will get that info to everybody before he dismisses the company, and then squad leaders will be briefing their teams ahead of time, and then we'll have our step off. So a big thank you to everybody that showed up today. I look forward to May. Those that are feeling a little bit like activity is dwindling a little bit. Those that have been here for multiple years understand that April and May, end of April, early May, is a bit of a lull time. So multiple people in our unit are college or high school kids, and what happens in that time frame is testing, right? So a lot of soldiers take some time off or or pull back a little bit to get some extra studying in, unless your staff sergeant Scanar. He just wings it. And then being able to get soldiers to be active during that time frame and hit things outside of just the required events can be difficult. You know, we have that same lull in the fall time in August and September. For the same reason, people are getting back into the routine of going back into college, into university, into school, and you know, setting new ways, I guess you can say, new routines. There it is. So, so don't take it with a. I guess take everything with a grain of salt when you see it today or see our attendance at times. But nonetheless, I mean, we still have phenomenal attendance. One thing I stressed during, I should say, I say this during our NSOs, our new soldier orientation, is that we don't stress 100% activity. We stress 100% accountability. So that's with those TPRs, those LOAs, if needed. And we just need to know our soldiers aren't going to be here, because then we can adapt and overcome. So sorry to take something from you, Mullins, with the Marine Corps, but you know, it's what we do too. Other than that, that's all I have. First Sergeant, post. All right, First Sergeant. Oh, stand by. One thing I failed to mention: next month, June, ceremony lands on June 6th. I myself will not be here, so that means either the First Sergeant or the Lieutenant will be conducting ceremony in my absence. It's my wedding anniversary, and my commander's, yeah, it's just not happening. Pass was denied. So, just keep that in mind, and then top, we'll talk more about that. All right, take charge, dismiss your troops.
Roger, Major. All right, gentlemen, as always, if you have received something, go ahead and put in that CID request. BMO will take care of all of your service records, so don't need to worry about that. Final closing notes, Friday Night Fights, sign up, you know, that needs to be done before Monday. Post is open, so go ahead and sign up if you want to take part in it. Other than that, Sergeant First Class, if you have something for First Platoon, go ahead and dismiss First Platoon.
Thank you, Top. All right, Widowmakers, we have just over 25 minutes. So squad leaders or acting squad leaders, make sure you attend leaders brief at 14:30. We will be starting sharply. We have a pretty big combat mission. This is an important one today, guys. Hope to see you here in about 30 mics. So with that, you are dismissed.
Oh, Wargles.
Ooh.
All right, guys.
Cool.
All right. Appreciate everybody that stopped in and said hi, and Strike Smith. Appreciate you stopping in. I'll be live here probably in another 20 minutes. I'm just gonna drop stream and then come on back. So, see you for today's op. Ooh.